Good afternoon. I'm hoping that you're having a good day, that you are blessed wherever you are. My name is Sam, and this is the FPL show. Today, I want us to talk about an area of FPL where I feel like most of us have really listened to others so much that they have failed to be critical about it, and that is taking points hit. So what do you mean by taking points hit? Taking points hit in the FPL, you are allowed to do one transfer per week. Then any subsequent transfer from that, you are penalized 4 points. So if you are to do three transfers, that means you are safe in terms of the first transfer, it's free. But the other two, you'll be charged, or you incur an 8 points deduction at the start of the next game week. So everybody out there will always tell you that to always avoid taking points hits. You'll be told that you do not even need to make these transfers. You can stick with your team, which is fine in some cases. But sometimes I feel like it's more of a myth or something to hold you back. And I felt, why can't we talk about this now? So on the screen is my team, game week 6. And I had not a bad week, I might call it, but that's because of Lanzini and Sterling not playing. Otherwise, I don't know what I'll be telling you right now, but I'm trying to compare this season and the previous seasons before that, and it's in regards to how people view it. Because as we go on, we are going to share about how some of my friends are doing, and I'm going to share 3 or 4 teams of people who have taken points hits, and then I'm trying to look at their current team, how it looks like, and how many they scored vis-a-vis how many points that I got. Over time, I've done this for around 7 years now, and seasons ago I would take those hits without much regard. In fact, I remember there's a time I took a 24 points hit. Yes, 24 points. And now that I know better, I don't actually think that it is unwise to gamble. Okay, 24 was a bit high, but I think you can take a 4 points hit, an 8 points hit, a 12 points hit, as long as you understand what you are doing and you're not just chasing points or trying to be different from others, but you can make your team that over a longer time will be better than an individual who is holding out because he doesn't want to incur the points loss. So join me in this, and as we continue, I'll ask you to subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing this more often. We'll be discussing such topics that not many people are talking about, or people fear putting themselves on the line in regards to such topic, or how controversial they are. So I'll share 2 or 3 teams. For one, these don't mind the name, don't mind the meaning of the name. If you are Kenyan, you'll understand what it means. But this is one of my friends. It's called Elias. And if you look at his team, he did 2 transfers after game week 5. And he has improved his defense and his attack, because now he has Aguero, he has Vardy, he has Abraham. Looking at the next around 4 or 5 games, I can actually understand why he took the -4. If, for example, he didn't bring in Aguero in game week 5, today he'll be with Barnes there with 2 points. Maybe he would have even captained maybe Mane, so it would have even been worse for him. But he took the points hit, and it paid off. I forgive him for having Adrian. I don't know what he was thinking about, but you look at the rest of the team, you can see it's more calculated. And this team, I can assure you that can go for 3 game weeks without injuries. You are sure that he can survive. You can see even he has a good bench where Randstrom is hanging there with 12 points. But I'm trying to demystify, or I'm trying to bring out to you that before you buy into these ideas that taking points hit is a problem. I've tried to look for a team that I saw for game week 5, but I cannot, not game 5, game week 6. And the guy had taken a 24 points hit, and he scored around 100 and something points. And if I'm to take the example of that team, even if you take away the 24 points that he has been deducted, you are assured that he has beaten most of us. So, do we continue telling such a person that taking a point hit is a problem? And unless he was doing it for banter or just for the sake of it, I do believe that it is not the end of the world. In fact, sometimes you can take it like a mini wild card. Because when you look at taking an 8 points hit, I wouldn't advise you to click on the wild card because you want to avoid losing the 8 points. To me, you click on the wild card when you know that you are changing 6 or 7 players from your team. But if you're just changing 3, I would take the -8 any time of day. So there is also a friend of mine here. His team is called Winning Champs. His name is Hassan. And Hassan is doing much better than me, actually. In fact, I think this is his first season, and he's taking good advice from YouTube. So I think there's something good out there that he's learning. But he also took a points hit to make his team better. He has doubled up on the Liverpool midfield, and he also has one of the Liverpool defenders. But you can still see what he's trying to do with his team, regardless of the points hit taken. The guy who is leading in our mini group is called, he has a team called Gangster FC. He also took a hit, and you can see from his point score, he scored 78. You take out the 4 points that he incurred, so he's left with 74. Still, that one has beaten me by 5 points, and he has a better team for the next game week. So personally, I feel like we shouldn't really belabor the point, but what I'm saying is that if you must take a point hit, if you see that this team that you have created can do the job for the next 4 or 5 games, instead of waiting, instead of saying that I'll do 1 transfer each week, go on. After all, you're supposed to enjoy it. You're not supposed to play other people's game, because what people will tell you is that you need to be cautious. But me, what I'm telling you is this game, you're supposed to enjoy it. Enjoy it as much as you can, and sometimes some of these risks will always give you good rewards. Finally, we have the leader of our mini group called he's actually the defending champion, as the name of his team suggests. Again, he also took a points hit. He still has Sterling on his bench. That's because he didn't play, but you can still see he scored 80 points. Take away the 4, he has 76 points. That is far much better than the community average. Yet someone will stick with the wrong team because he's fearing to take a risk. I think my advice to you is, if you have to do this, if you have to take the points hit, go on and do it. Nobody should stop you from doing it. So I'm looking at my team. I'm not saying that I'm going to take the points hit today or this week, but I felt that I needed to share this with the community, that you do not have to shy away. If you have, for example, if I didn't do a transfer last week, that means I have 2 free transfers that I can play without costing me anything. But it means if I need to do 4 transfers, it will only cost me 8 points, and that to me is like a mini league, or a mini wildcard, sorry, that would improve my team far much better, and a team that can go for the next around 3 weeks without asking me for major changes. So viewers, I'm hoping that you're learning something. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to work with me this. If you are facing any issues, you can put on the comments so that we can share together, so that we can see how we can build one another. I'm not saying that I'm a guru in this. I've said this before. So go on, make that comment, and I'll respond maybe in the next recording. If you have some pointers to help us improve, or you have something that you'd want us to discuss, you can also put there, and then in the later recordings we can discuss it together. So I'm wishing you a good evening. I'm wishing you a good week as you prepare your teams for the coming game week. As long as you are sure that the players you are bringing in will bring in good rewards, not just for 1 week, 2 or 3, that -8 might be worth it. That -12 might be worth it, because sometimes we miss out on very good players. For example, if my team wanted somebody like Aguero, I'm sure it will need me to buy around 3 or 4 players. Then if I'm fearful about 8 points, then Aguero comes and bags in a hat-trick, or De Bruyne comes in and scores the 17 points, and I miss them because I feared taking 12 points. And the next week, it doesn't mean that I'll be able to afford him, because I'll still need to take another hit. So the delay really does not make sense. Anyway, let me stop at that. I'm hoping that you are learning something. I'm hoping we are learning how to do this. Enjoy the game. Always ensure that at the end of the day, you are the manager, you are not the puppet. We are always blaming our managers for the teams that we support, that they are puppets. Let's not become puppets in the FPL league. God bless you so much.